What's up, everyone? It appears Cyraxx is back at it again. The only man in the world who can probably be smarter by just letting AI think for him constantly all the time. If it weren't for the fact that he's too dumb to even properly ask it a question to get whatever answer he actually wants. But I mean, most of the time he on purpose, literally in bad faith, will just ask it a leading question. Honestly, he's like the perfect person to just fall in AI delusion because he's already delusional and already constantly coping and just hoping for some serious life-changing events that will make him like a millionaire with the TV show and Nintendo endorsing him or whatever.
You just don't get it yet, do you, Johnny boy? You really don't get it yet, do you, kid?
This video's already off to a good start. He's calling JohnJohn Johnny Boy, like in condescending manner. Even though this guy, he literally can't think for himself. Like, as you'll see in the video, he literally needs to ask AI for any good point, unless it's just him just saying insults and slurs. But like any point that he tries to make, which the points are completely delusional because he's not asking the AI the right questions. Like he has to ask the AI for. Other than that, he's just saying bullshit. And then he spends the next minute disrespecting Marty, which is kind of weird. Like he was so obsessed with Marty for I don't know, like the first 3 months after his death, constantly saying that he was still alive and still scheming and plotting against Cyraxx in the background while evading the IRS for like $7 billion. But and now he's just using every time Marty's name gets brought up, he's just using it to just throw around the latest insults or slurs he's heard. And I mean, Marty was poisoned, but I don't even blame him for getting into that situation because my God, if I had to deal with Cyraxx so often, I would probably be into hard drugs also. And honestly, rest in peace, Marty. He's literally probably only been inside of Akron, Ohio for a week or two of his life, at most, collectively. And he became the king of Akron officially. And yet, Cyraxx has been there since at least 2010, and still has done absolutely nothing. Not even anything online. Just no achievements in general. Nothing worthwhile.
How do we know that it wasn't you that killed him, motherfucker? I mean, we all saw you on live stream smoking up that weed, which, by the way, is illegal down where you're at.
Okay, well, first of all, like before anything else, how does him smoking weed equate to him killing his brother-in-law? At all? Even if it is illegal, even if he is a hardened, seasoned criminal, career criminal, I'm just completely bewildered. How would that make him responsible for this?
So, I mean, how do we know that you didn't kill him, motherfucker? The one that usually points the finger like that is usually the one that's guilty.
Yep, literally any one of his stupid rant videos can just be dismantled using that quote because all he does is point fingers.
Oh, and if you think that shit with the book is gonna last, it's not. Because when this shit goes to court, I'm going to have every copy ripped off the shelves. And I'm not only going to sue you, I'm going to sue the publisher and the book company for allowing that garbage without verifying with me that I am who the fuck I say I am. And trust me, I heard you read some of the shit. Matter of fact, I actually ended up going online and stealing some digital copies for myself.
So literally in the first 2 minutes, he already admits to stealing and piracy, and also the fact that he thinks that stealing multiple digital copies for himself would make more of a difference. Because I mean, well, because of Cyraxx, he has no money. They lost out on zero sales. But with the average person, I mean, you could download 1,000 copies. I mean, once you read one, you read them all. You know what I mean? If 1,000 different people stole something once, that's different. But are they really missing out on multiple sales if you download the same thing multiple times and pirate it? But hey, if it ends up in civil court, by all means, you did it multiple times, so you gotta find him multiple times. But I doubt it. The courts of Akron won't even bother to do anything when he gets caught texting people he shouldn't. So I doubt they'll do anything about this.
It's garbage that you put out to try to make me look like a fucking bad guy.
I don't need a book to know Cyraxx is a bad guy. I mean, literally just watch any of these streams or just watch any video or documentary about him. It's just so blatant.
But really, you're making yourself look like the dumbass, you stupid fuck. I mean, do you really think that when it comes down to court, you're really gonna get away with this? Because you're not. You committed a lot of fucking federal crimes, my guy. You committed a lot of fucking federal crimes, my guy. As of right now, you've committed at least 5 different federal crimes by releasing that book, if not more. Why don't we ask my assistant here what she has to say on the matter?
It's funny how he lacks so much human interaction.
Hey, Nova, got a question for you.
Hey, of course. Go ahead and ask away. What's on your mind?
If someone releases a book under my name without my permission,
It appears that he asks a question so stupid, reality just starts warping around him, and the camera starts shutting off, and like either that or the laptop's just overheating.
That's definitely a serious situation. Usually it would involve things like identity theft, copyright infringement, and potentially fraud. For example, identity theft can lead to criminal charges and hefty fines, and copyright infringement can involve civil lawsuits and monetary penalties. The exact penalties would depend on the specifics, like the scale of the fraud and the number of books. Generally,
there's 5 different books.
Right, with multiple books, it definitely compounds the situation.
My god, this rude fuck, like literally the only thing, I would say person, but the only thing in his corner that actively makes good points to try to defend him, well, it tries, but like the questions are based in delusion. But still, like, he ends up cutting it off. Like, he can't even get it like a second to get its point in. He's just so used to just having a screaming match. If when he's talking to a human voice, it's always just an argument. He's always just trying to get the most slurs and like loud insults out that he can. But even when he's talking to an AI that's specifically designed to just keep you asking questions and giving you responses that would make you not stop using the AI, like it's literally made to just bend to your will, because like the companies realize like logistically our investors are going to like it if more people are using the AI and think it's the greatest thing ever, because it always agrees with them no matter what you say, unless it's something that's like specifically written against their like terms of service and that's in the AI's like invisible pre-prompt, you know what I mean, like it has its list of rules. It would literally just talk about whatever you want and it'll always just suck up to you.
What would the charges be and how much time would they get?
In that scenario, the person could face multiple charges. For starters, identity theft would definitely be one, since they're impersonating you and using your name without permission. There could also be charges for fraud, especially if they're claiming that they paid you or using false information to sell the books. Additionally, copyright infringement would come into play if they're using your work or story without authorization. The punishments can vary, but for identity theft, it could mean several years in prison, often up to 15 years.
I mean, the AI isn't really wrong here. After all, it's just a glorified like Google voice assistant. It pretty much just parses data from like a bunch of Google results and like Reddit searches what you ask it. And like, I mean, I guess like if all of that stuff happened and all of this like fraud and stuff, but like it's really not that serious. Plus, for all he knows, how can you be 100% sure that there just also isn't someone named Chance Wilkins somewhere out there in the United States that also just had a similar upbringing? You know what I mean? Like, how can you even like say that like all these books are about him? Because I doubt he read 5 books. Like, I doubt he read one in his lifetime, like cover to cover. Maybe like collectively, like if you add up like all the pages of text he's read and like the average length of a book, yeah, maybe he has read a book in his lifetime. Honestly, I don't give him enough credit.
Down in Miami, Florida, how many years would somebody be facing for all of those things combined for 5 separate books?
In Florida, the penalties can definitely add up. For identity theft, each offense can carry up to 15 years in prison, depending on the amount of financial loss and the specifics of the case. For copyright infringement and fraud, Those can also carry significant prison time and fines, often up to 5 or 10 years per offense. Given that there are 5 separate books, each instance could potentially be charged separately, so it could really add up. In a worst case scenario, the person could be looking at multiple decades in prison if all the charges are stacked and proven. Of course, the exact outcome would depend on the details, the evidence, and how the court.
How many years exactly would they be looking at in total for all 5 if they were charged and convicted? How many years would that be in total for each crime?
This part actually made me start laughing so hard, because when he was just staring down, like, just staring at the floor, like, looking like he was, like, actually concentrated, rubbing 2 brain cells together for once, like, I was like, is this motherfucker, like thinking, what's a decade? Because he started doing that as soon as the AI said, yeah, they might face a couple decades. And then he's immediately like, can you tell me what that is in years? So, God, he doesn't even know what a decade is. That's so hilarious. Also, he's obsessed with getting JohnJohn the maximum time in prison. I use like an MP4 to SRT converter so I can just see the transcript. I don't have to spend like an hour of my day scrubbing back through the same clips that I've already seen, like just to keep track of things. And I just got bored and I figured, hey, I might as well, search how many times. And this is a 40-minute video, by the way. There's almost 40 results. So there's about like 1 mention of like the years in jail per minute. Also, that's pretty much like the whole video. Like I'm like a third through it, but I scrubbed through the rest and like read through a bit of it, and it's just him asking the AI increasingly leading questions, just more let's says and what ifs, and just he's like, well, what if they did all of this stuff and the prosecutor found them guilty on every single charge, and and it's like, what would be the maximum penalty? And he's just trying to use that as like a scare tactic, but I don't know. Honestly, I felt like it was scarier when he like threatened to do jumping jacks on Marty's live stream, because I mean, at least that would leave an impact and it would mentally scar people. Like him just saying that people are gonna go to jail for cyber harassing him or whatever, it's just never gonna happen. Like the Akron PD won't even like the actual crime Cyraxx does, the Akron PD won't even bother touching. What makes him think that they're gonna finally start paying attention and focusing their time and resources on him when it's in his benefit, also for some stupid internet beef that happens across multiple states? And even more, why would the Miami PD have to do with that? Like they have like coke dealers and like shootings and just Florida men in general down there. Also, at one point the AI brought up like if you can prove damages, like, but the thing is, it would be $0 in damages because he's been unemployed he's never worked a day. Not one day has he ever like been officially employed in his life. He's made like $4 off of that one music platform. Since going back all the way to 2016, he made like $4 in his music career. And then in his whole life, yeah, that's probably it. Like anything else, it was either Sally or Ed that gave it to him, or it's just some buddy troll that for some reason touches the shit and just throws their money into a goddamn burning tire fire. Anyway, thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe to Cyraxx's #1 op, JohnJohn. Maybe also subscribe here if you want. And be sure to leave a like. Every like is one less year that JohnJohn is going to get in prison, and we're going to have his lawyer fight. And yeah, pretty much don't try to threaten people based off what like a glorified version of Cleverbot says. I guess that's the moral of the story for today. Alright, thanks for watching.